Welcome back everyone to episode 2 of my most trending hair extension methods of 2026 series. So today we're talking nano beads, and if your installs are looking bulky, slipping, or just not blending the way they should, this video is for you. So nano beads can give you one of the most seamless, natural looking results, but only if your technique is right. And trust me, it's usually the small details that make or break the entire install. So in today's video, I'm breaking down what really matters with nano bead extensions, what to watch out for, and the little things that help your work look cleaner, flatter, and more professional. So make sure you stay until the end, because some of the biggest mistakes people make with nano beads are usually the ones they don't even realize they're making. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Sam. I've been doing hair extensions for 13 years and I know exactly what goes into your installs to make them perfect. I'm also going to link my Amazon storefront in the description below, so if you want to stock up on some tools, you can go ahead and shop my Amazon, and subscribe if you want more real hair extension education, honest advice, and practical techniques. This is no filter, no mercy. Roast me in the comments if you want. Let's get into it. Okay, so I've already sectioned off my mannequin head, and what I'm going to show you today is a 1-row placement. Super easy, because what I really want to do is focus on the technique behind that nano extension. If you're someone that's worked with individuals before, like a K-tip or an I-tip, you're going to find this really easy to pick up. The difference between a nano is the bead itself is really small, and the tip of that nano extension is tiny. So for reference, these are my nano tips. Can you see how tiny that little tip is? These remind me of a keratin tip hair extension. It literally looks like a keratin bond, and then it has a little bit of string here that is soft but still hard and stiff enough so that it's easy for you to work with when you're beading. With these nanos, you're going to find them really useful for those clients with finer hair. If you have a client that really likes the idea of a K-tip but doesn't like the fact that they can't reuse them, then this is going to be the method for them. I love I-tips, but I do find that they can be a little bulky for some clients, especially if they're finer on here. When they let the hair down, you're going to see that bead immediately. Your nanos are really tiny. So these are the nano bead, guys. You can see they're absolutely minute, hence why they're called nano beads. So I am just going to dive straight into that install now and show you the sectioning and the placement and all the little fine details that go into nanos. Alright, if you're new here, then you're going to notice I like to start from the middle. That's just my preference. You can start from the side and work your way around to the other side. This side, work your way around to this side, whatever floats your boat. My preference is just to start in the middle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to carve out a little bit of my subsection first, and I'm going to use these little grippers from Covey to make sure that everything's nice and clean. So I'm going to just go down, and I drop down about 1/4 of an inch, and then I'm just going to go all the way across like that, making sure that everything's nice and clean. And then with my Velcro, I'm just going to slide that under to keep my subsection nice and organized. Alright, so let's go in with our nano. So I'm going to then just slice out my section, and the width of my section is going to be exactly the same as if I was to do a K-tip hair extension. So that's the width, and then that's how much I've dropped down. And then I'm going to take my looper tool, pinch the natural hair, and then I'm going to slide up that bead into position. Now I'm going to take my nano and I'm going to just insert it in on top of the natural hair, slide it down to where I want it, because remember, we want full 360-degree movement. Then I'm going to take my little pliers. These are nano pliers. You can also use standard pliers as well, and I'm going to link these in my Amazon because that's where they're from. And then I'm just going to slide up that bead to where I want and clamp it down into place. And you can see it lies really nice and flush, and you still have that nice 360-degree movement. The reason that I am not bringing that all the way up, this little tip of the extension, and I'm leaving a bit of wiggle room, is because I don't want that to poke into the client's scalp. So that's why I've dropped it down a little bit, And then that way it's going to be really comfortable from day one. I feel like that's the important thing about extensions, is to make sure that they're comfortable from the get-go. All right, and now I'm going to place my second nano directly next to that section. Make sure everything is nice and clean. I don't have any little crosshairs. And again, I'm going to just pinch that hair and slide it through. So the way I bead is exactly the same as if I was to do an I-tip extension. The difference though is that your nanos are really, really tiny. Pick up my second strand of hair, put it into place on top of the natural hair, and then I'll drop it down to where I want it, making sure it's lining up with this bead here. And then I'm just going to clamp it down into place. That's my second one. You can see how quick and easy they are, and I love them because it is so quick for you to power through. All right, let's do our third one. So you can see exactly the same, and I'm just slicing out that section, making sure it's nice and clean, and then just going in with my looper tool. I always make sure I don't have any little crosshairs, sliding it down to where I want it, picking up my nano extension and sliding it up to where I want it to be, dropping it down, and again, making sure everything is lining up into place. And it is that easy, guys. It is so simple, so straightforward. You can do a full head of these easily in an hour to 2 hours maximum, because you've got kind of less elements to think about. I really like how small these are with the little nano beads, and your maintenance is going to be exactly the same as an I-tip. So if your client is used to wearing I-tip hair extensions, then this is going to work seamlessly for them. Again, directly next to this one. And with your nanos, you're able to achieve really nice coverage really, really quickly. For most heads of nano extensions, I'm going to be using around 100 to 150 grams. So now I'm just going to remove this gripper, and then again, I'm just going to carve out that subsection here, and then I'm going to put my gripper underneath to make sure I'm keeping that nice and clean. And then again, making sure that width is the same all the way around, picking up my looper tool, sliding the bead up into place. I always will have my bead high like this, and I balance it on my index finger, and then that way, after I put my extension in, I can drop it down to where I need it to be. So you can see with this, once you get it down, all you're doing is copying and pasting all your little movements. With your nanos, you can choose if you want to do a move up on them. So if you are offering that move up service, you're going to be doing that usually every 4 to 6 weeks, and you'll do around 2 move ups before you need to do a full removal and reinstall. Or if you want, you can just do a reinstall every single time, and usually with your reinstall, you're going to be doing that every maybe 10 to 12 weeks. Picking up my nano extension, putting it into where I need it, making sure I don't have any little crosshairs, lining it up with that bead next to it, clamping down to secure. And we're literally just doing the same thing all the way around. My beads are a little dark for my mannequin, so if this was a real person, you'd want to match up the bead color to the root of your client's hair. Now I'll remove that gripper again, and then I will carve out my final subsection for this side, making sure it's nice and clean. And you'll still work about 1 inch away from the hairline here to make sure that that client is going to be able to wear their hair up without those extensions showing. One thing that I get asked about is always going to be pricing, how much to charge. So for my nano installs, I charge the cost of the hair plus $150 per 25 grams. So for example, if I'm installing 100 grams, the install is going to be the cost of the hair plus $150 times 4, which is $600. So let's say the hair is $600 and the install is $600, then that'll bring your total to $1,200. For my move up appointments, they're going to be a little bit cheaper. So a move up, I charge $50 per 25 grams. So if you've installed 100 grams, your move up's going to be $200 total. And then for the reinstall, usually I charge between about $75 to $100 per pack. So the most expensive part of this service is going to be that initial install, because in that initial install, the install's a little bit more, and then also you're factoring in the cost of that hair. Because the nanos are reusable, usually you're gonna get between 6 to 12 months out of them. The reason I say 6 to 12 months is because it always depends on the client. So I never want to guarantee them 12 months of wear, because you don't know how rough they're being on the hair, they don't know how they're looking after them, how well they're keeping up with those maintenance appointments. But on average, it's about 6 to 12 months. I feel like for most clients, 9 months is around the sweet spot when they find they need to get new hair. So now I've got room for around 2, maybe even 3 more in this area here, and then I'm going to continue to work all the way around the head until we finish the row. I'm going to do 1 more here, making sure that I don't have any little crosshairs. Always like to keep it nice and clean. And I'll remove my little gripper, and let's do a little side check. So flip that up. Oh, lovely, look at that. She can wear her hair up in a ponytail and you're not gonna see any of those little nano hair extensions. All right, let's turn her around. Now I'm gonna power through, so we'll fast forward a little bit and you can see me finish off the rest of this install. One top trick I'm gonna share is all about your section size. So you always want to make sure that you're picking up around the same gram weight that you're installing. With nanos, you don't have the luxury that you do with your K-tips of density matching by cutting that bond down to size. So with your nanos, they come as they are. So for that reason, sometimes you do have to go a little bit deeper with that section, and maybe a little bit wider as well, to make sure that you're picking up enough natural hair to support the weight of the extension. I love how quick these are to install. I just think they are absolutely amazing. Nanos have been out in the UK for a while. I remember one of the first ever hair extension courses that I did in the UK. We were taught how to do nano hair extensions. And then I feel like they kind of died down a little bit, but now I'm noticing they are definitely starting to come back, and you do have a lot of people that are still doing those nano extensions. For sure in the US, I don't see them as much, but now I'm hoping that more people are going to start gravitating towards them, because they really are an amazing method. And if you like the I-tip, but you don't like how bulky they sometimes can be because of that bead, then you're going to love the Nano, because it really is like the best of both worlds. You get that smallness and discreetness of a K-tip with the reusability factor of an I-tip. Comment below if you have done nanos before, or if you have never heard of them, because I would really like to know. And also let me know where you're located. So if you've heard of them before, if you've done them before, and where you're located. I do find it really fascinating how methods are popular from country to country, or not popular from country to country. It's so funny to me how even from state to state, you'll notice a big difference between what's trending and what's not trending. I'm just gonna do one more here, and then we are all done with our 1 row nano install. Love it. All right, there you have it. So that is our 1 row placement of nano tip hair extensions. I love how teeny tiny this little nano is, and how beautiful that movement is within the method. So that was episode 2 of my most trending hair extension methods of 2026 series, all about nano beads. I really hope that you found this video helpful and that you saw the little details that make a difference with the method, because nano beads can look amazing when they're installed properly. If you enjoyed this video, make sure that you subscribe, because I've got lots more videos coming in this series and I'll be breaking down more of the biggest trending hair extension methods of 2026. And if you want to shop any of the tools that I'm using, my Amazon storefront is linked in the description below. And I also have a code with Hair Made Easy and L Pro Extensions, Sam Hines 10. Thank you guys so much for watching, and leave me a comment down below. I really want to know if you've done nanos before or if you've heard of them and where you guys are located. I will see you in the next video.